nice. And he goes, I'm in Australia, and then I meet Jim, and it's a whole thing. He spoke very nicely of you, and he goes, then Jim wants to come to L.A., and I'm like, whatever, dude. And then I immediately got hysterical, like, Mr. Anger, people rushing the stage. He just assumes that you're going to come and be drowning like him.
And take it, yeah.
You show up, you have 2 fucking specials.
I got an HBO special in 6 weeks. Yeah, it wasn't.
What's the Australian? It's Love It or Leave It.
Fucking believable.
Unbelievable. You said that like
It's
Barry Katz.
unbelievable.
I got my HBO special. I had a meeting with an exec. Like when you first get here, they take you to all the execs' houses, right? Like fucking offices, and they give you that chat. They do that whole.
Really great.
It's really great. Yeah, we're big fans.
By the way, which one is pink?
Yeah, exactly. So they start doing all that conversation, and then I went and did Jim Norton's Down and Dirty, which I think Jim Norton vouched for me to do it, right? And then one of the execs...
He's despicable and I love him. Yeah.
One of the execs who was in the meeting with me 3 weeks earlier comes up and goes, why have we never heard of you? And I thought I could play this 2 ways. I could go, I just met with you 2 weeks ago. And I go, I just got here last week. And then all of a sudden I had the special.
He didn't even remember meeting you.
See, you played it right.
I also texted, so what is the Australian Love It or Leave It? Like the Australian...
if you don't like it, get out. Yeah, fucking...
But people don't
The country's
really...
constantly going down the toilet. Since I was a child, everyone keeps on going, this country's going to shit. This country's fucked. It's the best place in the world.
Because they let in some immigrants. They get mad whenever there's immigrants in the country.
But our Mexicans are more like, we have, it's Japanese and Chinese people.
But we're both a country of immigrants.
And the Afghani,
yeah, exactly.
And the Afghani
well, see, the thing
people.
is, in my school was 60% Asian. And so it was an actual thing in my school because they work so hard.
What'd you call them?
Asian.
No, what was your racist name?
Rock apes. And so, like, when you'd finish school, you know when your mother would ask you how you did in the exam, and you could only say your rank. You couldn't say your percentage because it might have been an easy exam where everyone did good.
Yeah.
Where did you come in the class? And then you go, 17th, but 4th out of the white kids. That was an actual... Because
it's the original
your mum
bell
knew
curve.
you couldn't compete with the Asian kids. They were working really fucking hard.
But why rock apes? Why rock?
By this too.
What is it about?
Because their faces don't move a lot. It's not a nice term.
Well, I've heard wall biters.
We call them PowerPoints in Australia because our PowerPoints go like that. They're slanted down with a...
Like an exclamation point?
Yeah. So the PowerPoints, slopes.
Yeah, I asked on the set of Suicide Kings, I said to Christopher Walken...
I work with Peter O'Fallon.
He's terrific.
We're doing a pilot together for FX. We've just filmed the pilot.
Tell him I said hi.
He told me the story of how he met you.
Oh yeah, you want me to tell it on the podcast?
I can tell you can tell the real story. I can tell what I've heard. He went along and he had to meet he was some agent said that he had to see you, right?
They weren't signing off on me for the part.
Yeah, so they went to see you, and you were meant to be an angry guy in this movie. You were going to be an angry guy in this movie.
Yeah.
And during 5 minutes of your set, you just sort of broke down and said, fucking hell, there's some movie director here to see me, and you went in the audience and started punching people.
No.
Well, that's what Peter O'Fallon says.
Well, that's because Peter's a crazy person that went from directing film to television. So he's always going to come from behind that shadow to tell his stories.
He likes you.
I love him. But get someone fucking threw ice at me, apropos of nothing, in a very Eddie Ifft version of just a night. This is just every night to Eddie, but to me it's very rare for someone to chuck ice onto stage and hit me in my eye. And
I would kill them.
I went out into the audience. There's those railings.
What club was it?
The Laugh Factory. So they're even to you on the sides.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just go to the left, and I got my fist as the guy on Ultimate Fighter. Hands tight. Hands tight. What's his name? The British Bisbing. Yeah. So I got hands tight, and I'm going, who fucking threw it? And guys are standing up, but only to stand up to keep me from seeing their dates, because I must have had like a look in my eye, like I'm a crazy guy. Yeah. But every time a guy stands up, I think he's standing up because I threw the fucking ice. What are you going to do about it? So I go after him, and they're like, I didn't fucking do it. So then, like, that guy goes, it was like, I was like a bowling ball going through pins. And so no one and I go, no one's going to fucking confess to it. And I look up, and here's the thing. The backstory is Peter O'Fallon. I said, I'm going to be there Friday at about 10 o'clock. That'll be great. I'm also there Saturday at 12, which means I won't get on until about 1:30. It's going to be a mess. It's not the best time to see me.
Yeah.
And he goes, I can't. I got my kids Friday, whatever it was. So after I like hit 3 audience members in the face, I look up into the balcony and I go, you couldn't fucking see me last night. You couldn't fucking see me last night. And I go, show's over. I can't even believe it. And I get to my car and they're out on the, they somehow beat me to the valet because I had to swim through these people. And then I'm out at the valet and I'm just like stewing like, fuck. And then Peter O'Fallon says to the investor producer, and we're all together, and he goes, so what do you think about him for the part of Brett? And this guy, like, mistakenly goes, well, he's supposed to play an asshole, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
And I go, are you fucking kidding me? And then Peter goes, all right, why don't we all just get in our cars? But I got the part.
So that probably got you the part.
Worked out. The same thing didn't happen for Michael Richards.
No.
No, he never got in the color purple too.
Oddly, if they were doing American History X, they would have went, well, what are other...
see him in that movie as one of the skinheads?
Hey, guidance counselor. I don't know who the fuck impression that was.
Yeah.
I asked Christopher Walken, what was the hardest part about filming The Deer Hunter? I mean, 6 months in the jungle in the Philippines and the torture scenes and the roulette scenes. And he looks at me and he just goes, the slopes. I go, excuse me? He goes, they're disgusting creatures. And like hand to God, and he gets this faraway look in his eye, like he's remembering, like I brought him to the moment. But in the movie, he's duct taped to a chair, so he can't move. So it's just his head goes up like a Hall of Presidents robot. He just looks up and he goes, "They're very passionate expectators." And I didn't know what that. I go, "What?" He goes, "Spitting." Come on, use your brain. They spit constantly. You're down there getting tortured, and the guy holding a bounce card. Oh, we're down here. So apparently the crew just, when they're down there in that water up to their chest, the guys up top, like bringing in the rigs and bringing in laying tracks, are just spitting next to De Niro and walking. Goes, oh, we're down here.
That's not all Asian cultures, though. Which country were you in?
No, this was here. He was in, I think, the Philippines.
Yeah, Philippines are spitters.
They're huge.
They're spitters. Chinese are spitters.
Aren't there areas where you're not allowed to spit? You get arrested.
No, Singapore, you can't chew gum. They'll fuck you up.
Yeah,
what if you act like you're chewing gum?
Well, that would.
I'm being serious. What if
That'd
you
be
just
like impersonating a cop.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it
that strict? Oh, that's where they cane that guy.
Yeah. They don't like gum. I had a mate who worked for Visa in Singapore, and he used to bring gum strapped into his body, like he thought it was for his fellow co-workers.
Have you been to Singapore?
No, I've turned it down a couple times because it just.
That's where 4 Floors of Whores is.
There's a
brothel. I use that name. I use that name for the brothel story in Australia, but that's not what it's called in Australia. But there's a brothel in Singapore called 4 Floors of Whores, where it's just like thousands.
Are they rock apes or are they like an offshoot?
Oh no, they're all Asians. I don't call them rock apes now. This is something I did when I was 16.
No, I know. But Singapore is like a different, like Koreans don't like to be called Japanese.
Yeah, no, it's
they're singies.
They're all the same. Anyway, so they've got on the first floor is like I'm telling you 800 heterosexual hookers,
right?
And then you've got like lady boys.
What floor is that one?
That's like the second floor, and then there's like a floor that's like old birds, and then there's like a floor that's mystery bag.
So which one is mystery bag? Like you don't have enough money?
Mystery bag,
I'm fucking.
Everyone's up there,
like a glory hole
taking your chances, and
that's where Jim Norton would go.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yes. Now the thing is,
you would think. Hold on. You would think the old birds would be on the first floor because it's hard for them to get up there.
Maybe they can't get down.
And you would think the lady boys would be up top, like as a prize.
I'm just saying that the most valuable ones, that the high end stock, are on the bottom as soon as you walk in.
It's just like selling any merchandise. The shiny shits in the window.
Exactly. Yes.
All right.
But what they do is because, the common thought is that they all look the same to us, but we all look the same to them. type of thing, right? So what they do is they pick, just to work your ego, they pick like a celebrity that you look vaguely like, right, to walk in. So I had my hair in a quiff then. This is like 6 years ago when I had more hair.
When you were in a skiffle band.
So exactly.
I get Jackie Earl Haley.
And the girls are...
Oh, timeout. That's too good. Don't step in his garden. Let him get some sunshine. That was awesome.
Kelly Leak.
He said I get Jackie Earl Haley.
Who's Jackie Earl Haley?
A guy that looks like him that
Kelly
played a child.
Leak from the Bad News Bears.
He does look like him.
Yeah.
He went on to be
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy
And it was
Krueger.
fucking horrible. My wife had the best point. How come all murderers in movies have to have like puns and jokes?
Yeah,
Well, I guess all's well that ends well. Like, just fucking stab me, stupid. You're Freddy Krueger. You don't have to have time.
It is kind of insulting that they do a pun to you and then kill you.
Well,
yeah, but it's also insulting that they're the most describable person on earth. Like, if you cause a crime, don't wear the same jumper every day.
Well, I think he was dead.
Yeah, but like then you got Jason and all those other ones that are.
Good luck catching
What is he
them.
going to do? Walk into fucking merry-go-round and pick out parachute pants? I mean, he's Jason Voorhees.
I just
he
like
shops in
I like
dumpsters.
serial killers. I like your Ted Bundys and your things where you go, it's a regular guy. I'll help you carry your books. That's the
By books, I mean parts.
Yeah. So anyway, I go in and they start going Elvis, and you do get that bit of ego where you go, oh really? Oh, thank you, girl.
I'm all shook up.
I'm with a bald guy, comic who's a bald guy, and all he got was Bruce Willis. That's their bald guy reference. That's their only bald celebrity that they have to
And
work
that guy
with.
immediately looked up and said, "Welcome to the party, pal."
How much are the whores there?
Singapore?
Not Dubai prices.
Dubai, they were $50.
Yeah, not Dubai prices. They're about double Dubai prices. But the problem with hookers in these foreign countries is
$50.
they say
that's bad.
what they do is
everything.
they say for the whole night.
Yeah, $50.
I don't want a hooker for the whole night. I
I don't
an
have
hour.
9. I got 4.
Yeah,
Well, when
I
I
just
felt-
want the hour and then sleep. I don't want to see you afterwards. I don't want to cuddle with you.
I don't want to get peed on.
What they really want is a bed for the night.
Yeah.
In Dubai?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Dubai because they're staying in these fucking youth hostels with 8 different bunks, and you're staying in a 7-star hotel.
So they want you to
They
take
always
them
ask
back.
you when you go in Hong Kong. They do it too. As soon as they meet you, they go, "Where are you staying?" They want to know where you're staying.
Jackie or Harry.
Oh, bad news bear. I like when you gotta go to Japan, chase around base. You stole second base literally. Pick it up off the ground.
Nice motorcycle.
I think he looks like one of the Jackass guys.
I get that a lot too.
Which guy's that?
Dave England.
Dave England, yeah.
I don't know
I get
them.
Dave
Once
England,
the
I get
guy
Nicolas Cage.
let the snake bite his dick, I tapped out. That scared the shit out
Wait,
of me.
I need
you
to
thought
tell.
that was going to be the rest of the
I need
movie?
to
You
tell you
didn't
this
know
about-
that bit would be over and you could enjoy the rest?
But I mean, it really fucking got me. Like, oh my god, he just. let us-
That stunt they
I think
did
that
with
was
the Porsche
Steve-O.
over the cliff, and mine was their riskiest one.
Which one?
The one where they drew the Porsche over the cliff.
And how did they?
Did they dive
That's
out of
when
it?
Ryan Dunn died. I'm just taking a joke.
Apparently,
cliff,
if
he hit a
you
tree.
mention Ryan Dunn, people get their fucking panties in a
crazy.
bunch. Like
Well,
Amy Schumer took a lot of shit
We'll
about
see
Charlie
how it
Sheen
works
roast.
out for us. I don't know.
No one listens to this.
I've gigged with Steve-O.
How's Steve-O doing?
Steve-O's got that voice because he's vomited so much that his esophagus is ripped to shit.
And he just kind of
He
lights.
lights his hair on fire. The club I just did, they said,
How do you have hair left?
It's just when a joke goes bad.
bald or-
I light my chest on my hair when I'm hair chest hair.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I like that when I'm bored, laying on my back in a hotel room and then pat it out.
That's normal.
I've gotten used to the smell now.
You should shoot it out with Jeezums.
Yeah,
He'll do it if you tell him. He told us last night on the podcast how he
once a month.
once
this
a
happens.
month a load comes out while he's jerking off and hits the back of his throat.
I
and he
shoot a lot of
gurgles it.
distance, and
Make
once
the
a
noise,
month
make
I'll be
the noise.
masturbating, and then like a load will like go straight in, like swish in, but it will go straight to the back of your throat, and you'll do that, but then you'll start giggling to yourself because it is funny.
And it tastes like buttermilk and Clorox.
Yeah, so you'll go.
Who knows what Clorox tastes like?
It smells like Clorox.
Okay.
It tastes like buttermilk.
I don't think it tastes like buttermilk.
What do you think
It doesn't
tastes
have
like?
that much of a taste, though, does it? It's like-
Well, how do you know if it's hitting your uvula in
He
the back of
checks
your
it all the
throat?
time.
I have. When you're a teenager, there must have been that moment in your life where you had a bit of cum on
Like
your
he says
hand.
when he was a teenager.
When you go,
you say you do it like weekly to make sure it's good.
No, I do test it now because I'm a sensitive lover. I want my cum to taste nice because I know that at times, because of my diet and my lifestyle, that my cum can be a bit nasty looking.
You're chicken wings and Guinness. You're a comic. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
act like you go on these like pineapple benders to make your jizz taste.
No, but
well.
I drink vodka and pineapple is my drink, but I also like pineapple juice on a regular basis, and pineapple obviously does make it taste sweeter, and that's not a myth. It does work.
I texted Eddie, should I buy beer for Jim? And he texts back, no, Jim's not drinking this week.
Yeah, I'm not drinking this week. I'm off work. Yeah, I'm.
What do you mean not this week? Like what? I don't understand the schedule you
He
have. Jim
rehabs
Jeffries.
about 12 times a year.
I
So you go to rehab 5 days at a time your entire life.
No, I don't go